Alright, welcome everybody. Now it looks like it's working. Sorry about that. My audio's been having problems every stream. Just both my mixer are resetting or OBS is resetting, and I literally don't change any settings. I just I have to open all the settings, click apply, and it just works. So yeah, I'll make sure I do that before next stream. I thought I finally fixed it, but it looks like it just bugged, not actually a setting I had wrong. But anyways, welcome back. You can see we're in winter here. We got the longitude. I also have the spreadsheet up. As you can see, you can get that in the Discord, which is in the pinned comment, or a direct link to the spreadsheets in the description. Oh, perfect. Well, just to confirm, you can hear the game as well. Just the music. We changed our flight from high level instead of Juneau International Airport. I've realized it's actually in southern Alaska, not northern BC. So our northern BC airport is now Prince Rupert Airport. And you can see we're not going there directly. Right now we're flying to Fort Nelson Airport, which is the closest airport to us at the moment that can support a 737 taking off. So we're going to do a short flight. That'll be the end of the stream. I don't have super long to stream today. And then the next flight will be a 655 mile, quite a large journey, our longest by far in the 737. Our longest one we've had to this point was 465 nautical miles. So yeah, that'll be a big flight. Not as big as the original 920 plan, but that's good. I want to be doing things in shorter hops, obviously. Over the ocean, it's going to be long, but without the ocean, I want to do shorter hops so we can see more airports around the world. So anyways, without further ado, let's get started. I say that I need to take a minute for coffee. There we go. All right. Somebody want new flight, please. We are flying from High Level Airport, which is CYOJ. It's an international airport. I believe... no, it's not, actually. To Fort Nelson Airport, which is CYYE. I believe. We're flying the longitude, which does have a code. I don't remember it, but I know it will say it. So instead of looking at the list, let's just find it. How many hours am I expecting the next one after this? So in the next stream, that's 655 miles. I think that would be like 3 hours, 3 hours. Just really rough estimate. I'm not sure. We are flying in the 737 and we're gonna be at cruising, so it might be, it might be shorter. I'm sorry. I forgot what I was looking for here. Longitude, but we're not gonna be doing that on this stream here. This one should probably take an hour and a bit. Alright, I'm looking at the aircraft list so I can control F. My bad. Should have done that from the start like normal, but I thought I'd just find it in here. Probably passed it 7 times, I know that. Aircraft types. Let's pin that. Longitude. It is the C700. I was thinking it was 700, but I thought it was like D or something, but yeah, C700. C700. There it is. I was also looking for Cessna longitude. Not that it's much different, but that's 21 for you. Yeah, that's late. But yeah, we won't be doing a whole lot this stream. Unfortunately, I don't have much time, but realistically, with the amount of time I have, I wouldn't think of streaming, but just I want to be able to stream when I can. I know I haven't been streaming as much as I used to recently, guys, and I apologize for that, but obviously with a lot going on, and it's been hard to stream here and there, but I've been busy. But again, when I have some time like this, I'd rather fit a flight in and then like do one flight for the stream instead of just doing nothing. There we go. A little longer than I expected, honestly. So yeah, let's hope we can finish it. I'll make it work. Let's start at the gate and start the flight from High Level to Fort Nelson. Then we'll be going 655 miles somewhere into BC next time. Oh my gosh, I've got so many emails in the last 30 minutes. More than like the rest of my day. Oh, okay. I selected the gate. Let's quickly end the flight and try that again. I am using my yoke and throttle like normal, but again, this is the with the limited time I have. This is the one time I won't be showing that on camera just because I haven't got the camera system all set up right now. I was using my tripod and for something else, so I had to take it down, and yeah, I just don't have enough time to give you a stream and to have that set up, unfortunately, but that's okay. Appreciate you guys all joining. Sorry about the technical issues if you were in the first stream. 6 of you guys here already, it's awesome. Really do appreciate it every single time you guys join. Super cool. Okay, can we, there we go. So I don't think there's many covers, right? There's the chalk, oh no there is. Oh. Cool, okay. We gotta get the chocks and we gotta go all the way around to the back for the engine cover. Are these flights considered towards your career mode progress or no? No, they're not. They're just part of a separate series we do called the Tour of the World. So we're doing exactly what it sounds like. We're doing a full tour of the world, but not in like a straight circle around. We're exploring tons and tons of different airports and cities and all the landmarks you can think of. So it's a really long way of doing it. It's going to take over a year, as the caption or the description says. But it's a really fun way of doing it. We take photos along the way. We have them all on the Discord and the Tour of the World channel, so you can kind of see the progress. And the spreadsheet that I showed earlier shows which episode has what cities and whatnot. So if you want to see a certain area, you can go back and look at it. Let's start the APU. So yeah, we'll be exploring the whole world. It just takes a long, long time. We're still in Canada, which is where we started, but we're almost done the full southern half, which is the majority of Canada. The very, very end of the series will finish up with the northern half. Did I not start the APU correctly? I did, I think. Fear that we don't have aircraft noises for some reason. Just start an engine to make sure. Yep. Alright, well, we're ending the flight one more time. Come on, flight sim. What's going on with you right now? Yeah, so on the spreadsheet you can see all the miles for each flight, the rough estimated miles, and a total of all of them. You can see what aircraft we used, landmarks that we saw, comments that I put all the flights through an AI just to get like a general description of the flight. And obviously there's way too many for me to actually write them, so at least it gives you a brief overview in case you want to put the 2 airports in and do the flight as well, which is fun. There we go. I also go through, and when I have time, usually on long flights, I try to find an airline ticket in real life that would cost same airports basically, and put how much that would cost in so we can see our total cost for the whole trip at the end of it. We're over $14,000 in tickets now. We've traveled over 3,700 miles. That's pretty outdated, that number, honestly. And episodes 1 to 9, again, this is episode 11. I haven't calculated the other one yet, is 40 hours. So, yeah, we've been going for a minute. But Canada and the US are going to take probably the longest in the entire series, since there's just so much to see, especially the United States, obviously. We're going to be there for a long time. Flying back and forth across it. Seeing a lot of different landmarks. I knew I forgot something. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. And, of course, if you have any suggestions, I'm going to any airport you guys suggest. Unless you're putting in, like, 20 of them, you know. But your hometown or something you want to see it, let me know in the Discord. Okay, that sounds good. Perfect. Well, thanks to Cubics HE for subscribing. If you're here, I'm not sure if you're watching or not, but really appreciate it if you are. Alright, the APU is starting up. We can hear everything, which is good. We'll wait for that to start, and we'll start the engines. Let's tune traffic. We'll tune ATIS. Get the altimeter. Okay, I forgot I turned the sound off. Let's just press the comma key and get it set. Looks like it's just at standard. Let's at least go into here and see if we have any METAR information. CYOJ. We do. Altimeter is 3013. Oh, we can't set it yet. It's still starting up. There we are. Nope, not quite. 30. Oh, come on. 13. There we go. We can actually set it now. There we are. Asking you now here live. You flying to Tallinn, Estonia yet in the sim? Just in the sim in general? No, I haven't. In the series, definitely not. We've only gone to Canada, southern half of Canada. If you click the link in the description, you'll see all the places we've flown so far. But we will be going to Estonia. We'll be going to everywhere in the world. So feel free to put that airport in the Discord, and I'll remember to get there. I'll try to remember to get there. Alright, let's start the engines. Love this plane. So luxurious and incredibly fast. It's the best part about it. So high powered. Start the other one up as it starts because it can do both. Let's get our pushback going. Take our parking brake off and we will announce our taxi. Oh. Oh, we have someone else here, okay. Let's turn the sound up for ATC.
Charlie Yankee Oscar Juliet Traffic Cessna Zulu Sierra. Delta Echo Victor is taxiing to runway 13.
Why is the pushback tug not actually pushing?
TOS system test. Okay.
Let's see. Let's turn our lights on. Passenger lights, taxi lights, pulse, recog, and those ones I don't need. Anti-collision I do actually. And arm the emergency lights. Where's the physical parking brake in this thing? I don't remember. Please push me back.
No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff.
Oh, why is my thrust going up? Okay, I think my one controller was not connected. So he was trying to push back and the park brake was on. That was my bad. There we go. We don't have the visuals of it, but it's working now. That's the most important part. Let's go ahead and open this full screen. Let's check the charts for the airport. Let's just stop the pushback real quick and then import the new flight. Just let that load because it kind of stops the whole sim when it does that. Okay, I don't want a new flight, import flight. There we are. Have some approaches available, ILS runway 4, let's do that. That'll be great. to West runway 4 here. Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be on the other runway, but there we go. Perfect. And then let's look at the chart. Did I hit the ground crew? I didn't even notice. Yeah, they don't really get out of the way. I probably did. What runway are we supposed to be taking off from? Let's see. Runway 13. Take a guess. Is it this way? No, it's this way. Guess we gotta go down the runway anyway. No taxiway to the end, so that's fine. Stop here. Let's check.
Charlie Yankee Oscar
Announcer
Juliet
taxi again.
traffic Cessna Zulu Sierra. Delta Echo Victor is taxiing to runway 13.
Turn landing lights on now, so we have a bit more visibility. People further away. I'm gonna try to just get down there quickly, because I don't want traffic coming. It's nice being in the snow again. It's a little bit different. Let's set up some more autopilot stuff while we're going. Our altitude. Set it right for cruising, since there's nobody to tell us otherwise. Going up to 28,000 for this flight. We're not going too far. So that makes sense. This plane likes to cruise high, so that might seem high for how short the flight is, but usually we're at like 38,000, so 28,000, there we go. Let's look at the runway heading again. Runway heading is 136. Let's change our heading mode to 136. Let's make sure we hit the brakes. You can hear I just set my flaps using the button I have on my yoke. I'm turning and trying to set the brakes at the same time. That's not the brakes, the heading bug. 136. Okay, there we go. We'll be probably switching to nav mode pretty quickly, but it's good to have that for safety. So worst case, it's just going to hold us straight. Let's just stop here and announce our takeoff. And we'll zoom our map out.
Charlie Yankee Oscar Juliet traffic Cessna Zulu Sierra.
Seems like the route things
Delta
were fine
Echo Victor
from the other
taking
runway, but
off
it is
runway
13,
left
yeah.
closed traffic.
So I don't know. Let's stabilize. Let's make sure our flaps are set good. Yes, they are. Okay,
No
full
takeoff.
power.
No takeoff.
Ignore the no takeoff warning. It's just a thing with the a bug with the trim in this plane.
No takeoff. No takeoff. No
As long as you know have done your checklist, you're good to go. I didn't make the speed bugs appear on this plane by accident, but that's okay. And the speed tape. Let's rotate. And we're climbing. Gear up. Immediately gonna start our turn, since we are flying right this way. Beautiful plane. Retract your flaps. And we'll zoom it out more. And let's go ahead and press home, go to our flight plan. procedures. We need to set up the approach to the other runway. We were supposed to be on runway 22. I'm changing it to runway 4. And we're doing ILS. We're going to do the... Let me just check on the chart real quick. We're going to do the Uckner transition, load and activate, so we go right there. And then direct to Uckner, direct. And let's turn on nav mode here and autopilot as a whole. So we're going to be making that turn now. Just try that again to give us some more space. There we go. And let's press FLC for the climb. And let's change our speed to... what should we do here? Where is it? This one? How do we change? Oh, we get a manual speed, right? Change the climb speed to 200 knots. And we'll turn auto throttle on, so it's going to bring it back to climb thrust. So we're still in takeoff thrust. We're over 10,000. Let's turn our lights off. What else can we do here? That's it. We'll be over 18,000 soon, so we'll be able to change our altimeter and passenger signs. Appreciate everyone who's joined already. You see we're climbing quite quickly at 200 knots, about 3,400 feet a minute. This plane climbs well. 200 knots is more of an ideal speed for a climb when you're a little bit higher, but also works at this elevation. Definitely doesn't get you up the fastest, but it obviously keeps a good speed of flying 200 knots. So you could put it to like 165 and you'll be climbing a lot faster for a while until you get too high, and then you will have to go to about 200 when the air becomes a lot more thin. Why is my backup barrel not on? That seems like not good. It should be on. Alright, we have how far? 40 minutes until the Uckner waypoint. Okay. And that's what it says now. It should go down quite a bit again once we reach our cruising altitude. We're about at 18,000, so you'll see the one more step we gotta do. We'll take our barrel here and push it in. There we go, standard. So it looks like we dropped altitude, but we didn't, and just set the altimeter correctly. Then we're gonna wanna turn off the passenger lights. They can move around freely now. And we'll want to start planning for the ILS. Obviously only 38 minutes away is quite far, but not too far when you're in a when you're doing ILS. You want to set up in advance. Plus, it won't actually be 30 minutes is the main reason. We're still climbing. 200 knots is quite quick. We're doing a quick climb, but we're going to be going a lot faster than that once we do get up to altitude. We're going Mach 0.4 right now. We'll go up to Mach about 0.8 or so. 8.4 it should be, unless we can't go that fast at this altitude we're reaching. Well, it's in Mach actually, so it changes based on the air pressure, if you don't know that. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Let's bring this way out. See our whole flight here. And let's check the charts. We're at 20,000 now. We're climbing a little slower, 2,100 feet a minute. Let me actually pull up the flight status for you guys. Let's go in the back for a second. Just so you guys can see a progress bar. Makes it a little bit more exciting. You can see how far we are. CYOJ to CYYE. Boom. There you go. So you can see we've already made some good progress, considering we're still in the initial climb. There we go. Let's go back to the cabin here. And let's go to Navigraph charts. Make sure our corrections here. Runway 4, yep. Runway ILS approach. And transitions at final, which I did change when I was putting it on the system to Uckner. So let's do change to that. There we go. So it's in here correctly. There's runway 4 final, and there's Uckner. That's where we're actually flying to right now. If we do the moving map feature, you can see our aircraft, and we are flying right towards Uckner, which is this point right here. So we pull up the chart, obviously quite a bit in advance, but we want to know. At Uckner, we need to be going down, slowing down to 210 knots, and at Boxsec, or I don't know how you say that. We'll just call it Box. Box, we're supposed to be at 4,000 feet recommended, so yeah, not too hard at all. So we'll wait till we get up to 28,000. We will change it to altitude to hold, which it should do automatically. Set the altitude to 4,000 and turn on vertical navigation, so when it reaches the top of descent, it will automatically start descending. Our auto throttle's on too, so it'll manage that fully for us. Sure there's nothing I forgot. Oh, there is, of course. APU is still on. That's fine. Let's turn that off so we don't waste fuel. Climbing out at 2,000 feet a minute. Almost up to that magic number. Wow. Thanks for that little spin, Flight Sim. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Again, I don't have a ton of time to stream today, so it'll just be one flight. This will be the only flight we're doing. It won't be too long. But I'd rather stream a small flight than nothing. Yeah, we haven't done snow flight in a while too, so it's nice to see that. Look at that beautiful river below us. I was seeing that on the map when I was doing the research for this flight. And I just thought we were going to maybe go around near it, but I'm glad we got to get a good view from above like that. Took a picture. It'll be a part of our sightseeing pictures. Don't do too many exterior ones, but I'd mix them up a little bit. Because I like it more where it's like out of the window or something like that, like we're actually a tourist. But we gotta get the best pictures we can. So, did I ever put the message in the Discord for episode 10? I think I did, right? Okay, there we go. Well, we're reaching cruise here. 1 second. Just curious if I did. Check in real quick. Ah, yes, of course I did. Okay. Alright, we're at 28,000, so it's starting to slow down because our speed's the same. Let's change it. We're still a manual, but turn it all the way up to Mach 840. 0.840. You hear the engines go back up to climb thrust, and we will start speeding up. And that time should start dropping. 26 minutes now. And obviously, it's only been about a minute, 2 minutes since it's at 38 or 36 or whatever it was. So it's not just dropping because we passed that much time. It's because we're speeding up. Speed brake auto stow. Interesting. Accidentally put that down. I know I didn't arm them on takeoff by accident, but interesting. Electric emergency left. Yeah, that should be like that, right? Let's actually read the warnings in our plane when we need to. There we go, we're speeding up much faster now. I swear we'll actually be present for the descent and the landing this time, unlike last time. If you're here for the last stream, I was supposed to go AFK during the cruise, and I was definitely a little bit too long. Came back right before the runway. We were going triple the speed we needed to. 300 knots instead of 100. It was interesting, but we made it work. We went around and landed. We won't do that this time, though. Let's go here. ILS again, just making sure it's 4,000 since we have time to check. We need it up anyway. There we go. So our altitude is on hold. So we can set our altitude to 4,000 and it won't change. It won't go down right now. There we go. and then click VNav, vertical navigation. It shows the path is armed, so there on the map you can see the top of descent. So once we hit that point, it's going to start descending by itself. I'm not sure what's making it overspeed in that area, or speed brake is not armed, or flaps are up. Possibly you have a pretty insane tailwind is what I'm thinking. Or maybe the opposite, I want to say headwind. How fast are we actually going ground speed? 488 knots. I'm not sure why it's not updating on the overlay for you guys there. The heading is, and our altitude is, but the ground speed is incorrect. We're going 487 knots. On about, what, how many miles till top of descent? About 50 miles. And we have 119 miles until we start our approach. So definitely not too far. It's 6:23 EST we should be landing, which is perfect for me. I gotta go at about 6:30, so that worked out quite well. Beautiful, beautiful view. Just keep it outside for a minute here. I'm gonna do some things on the spreadsheet that need to be updated. It's not much on there, but gotta add the time of episode 10 to it. So let's see how long was episode 10. Just gonna change the thumbnail real quick of episode 10. I usually do that on the series afterwards, because obviously after we're done the episode, we know exactly where we flew. Episode 10. No, it's not right. There we go. Episode 10. And it was a 2.5 hour episode. So I'll add that to this. 42.5 hours. Jeez. What else do I have to do? I can add a little bit of a cost for it. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Let's see if there's a flight that goes between those airports already. Looks like no. Oh yeah, there is. It's about $1,100. Jeez, it doesn't make much sense without the spreadsheet in front of you. But I'm just adding the airline ticket cost for the last 2 flights that we did. It's always interesting to see, I think. So that's what we're doing. And then what is it? Seaway OJ to Fort Nelson, BC. Oh, Fort Nelson, where we're going now, is in BC. I thought it was in Alberta still. So we're flying just into BC already with this flight. Cool. Fort Nelson Airport is also called Northern Rockies Regional Airport. Let's see if there's a price on here. Kind of thinking it doesn't, but it does not. There we go. And last one, I'm going to look at the price. Go from Fort Nelson to what airport are we going to next? Prince Rupert. It also doesn't have a flight between those two. Okay, we'll just have to estimate something. $1,500, we'll say. There we go. And how many miles have we flown so far? Let's see. We've flown 7,681 nautical miles. That includes this flight though fully, and it also includes the next one, which is 655. So actually about 7,000 nautical miles since we landed, which is crazy throughout this whole series. It's been great to fly with you guys, see this much of Canada. It's been a lot of fun. We go on the flight planner, so that's what I was looking for actually. On the satellite view. You can see just how much we've flown. We're this far over Canada. We've done all of this part. We've done the whole south, southeast, and all through Ontario and all the other provinces. Seen a lot. Now we just got to fly over to BC. We're gonna land about here, land over here, and go south of BC. And then we'll start the US. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see how long we got. We're going 486 knots, ground speed, and we got about 8 minutes, 40 seconds. Perfect. I imagine over 30,000 is where we can go slightly faster. It's probably why we have that speed limitation, is my guess. Let's try to go a little faster. We've just hit our top of descent there. So we should be throttling down. I'm a bit over speed now, but we're descending down to the airport. There it goes. Beautiful. And here we come in. For the next 8 minutes, we'll be descending. Let's open our charts again as we need them up. First thing we're going to do is check the weather, actually, of the arrival airport. As soon as we get up to 18,000, we'll need to switch over to that altimeter. So we are flying again to Fort Nelson Airport, 1 CYYE. Search for that. It is 3008. So we can set the altimeter in advance in this plane, which I love. So I'll set it for 3008, but it's not going to switch over to standard until we click it. So at 18,000, we'll do that. Let's go back to the charts. And we throw our moving maps on there, you'll see, here we are. We're not following that route because that's the direct route. We're going to this waypoint here. And if we bring the chart itself up, again, max 210 knots, so we'll have to make sure to slow down to that. Once we get to 18,000, we'll also switch over from Mach speed to knots, so we more easily see that. We have a different speed restriction here, so let's just lower that. And again, 4,000. We already have it set at 4,000. It's perfect. 7 minutes remaining. And we need to have the ILS frequency set. So let's make sure we have that. The ILS frequency is 110.3. Which it's not set, so we will have to do that. Let's do it. Not our comms. Home. No audio and radio. There we go. Nav 1, 110.3, 110.3. Perfect. It is already set. for us there. Usually when you do procedures in this Garmin system, it does set it, but I just want to make sure. It's looking good. Make sure you don't. Oh, that's from before. I'm not sure why the ground speed doesn't update on that overlay. It's odd, since everything else is working. Weird. Okay, now 5.5 minutes. Not too much longer. And we're at 18,000 there. So let's set our barrow by clicking it. There we go. And let's change to knots. There we are. Set it for 320 knots. Let's go as fast as it actually wants to go right now. 324. So I'll bring the speed down a little bit. Even with this descent rate, does have some power in, which is good, because if we wanted to slow down, it can easily just go to idle and doesn't have to use any speed brakes or anything, which is perfect. Zoom the map in too. So we are about 4.5 minutes and how many miles? So 32 miles from the next waypoint. Alright, I'm going to turn off the flight status thing just since we're basically there now. I'm going to give you more screen real estate to see everything. Won't be able to see the airport from here or anything like that. So 15,000. Beautiful Alberta. That did reset again. I got to still go on exterior view now because it resets my charger. It's so annoying. So you don't have to worry about in 2020 because they didn't have the flight map charts integrated in the game, but honestly it's nice to have them in the game, so whatever. At least it works most of the ways. Didn't have that problem right at the beginning though. Once we get within say 20 miles, I'll set this, maybe 15 miles. I'll set the speed to 210. So we can descend, keep descending, but also slow down without having to use some speed brakes. But don't want to do it too early either, otherwise we're just wasting time. If I see it's slowing down really fast, I'll just not go to 210 yet. I'll go to like maybe 250 or something. So we get a little closer. Alright, there's 19 miles, so let's see how fast it can slow down. Let's set it for 210 knots. So the engines are going to go to idle as we're descending. So we have to be at 210 before we reach that waypoint. It is actually dropping the speed quite fast, so we probably don't need to go all the way down to 210, but so we'll go to like say 250 for now and see where we're at in terms of distance when we hit 250. because we can drop 40 knots pretty quickly. So. Cool seeing the rivers on the display with the full like glass cockpit. Love that. Alright. We're almost at 250. And you can see our information down here as well in terms of how far we have to go. We're at 250. We still got 11 miles to the waypoint, so we'll give it a little bit of time, then we'll switch to 210. You hear the engine start to throttle up. We have 9 miles, less than 10 miles now. Happy Friday night. Hey Jacob, happy Friday night to you as well. We're almost done here, just doing a short one flight stream. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully I didn't reset my chart. Thank God. Doesn't always. Alright, so now we're at 7 miles away, so let's set our final speed now. You can always do it early, just the earlier you do it, the slower you're gonna get to your destination, of course.
Charlie Yankee Yankee Echo, traffic Glacier 78, tree 27 miles, southwest inbound ILS runway 04.
And we're also ILS 4.
Charlie Yankee Yankee Echo traffic Glacier 78 tree is on final runway 04 to land.
Okay, well, hopefully they're actually on final. So now it's our position to them.
Charlie Yankee Oscar Juliet traffic Cessna Zulu Sierra. Delta Echo Victor 17 tree miles west 7,900 feet inbound touch and go left traffic runway 1 tree.
Not a touch and go, we're landing. What? In runway 13, what are you talking about? Man, I guess it's horrible. Not the right airport we're talking about. Awesome. Love the in-game ATC. Saturday for you, right? That's true, I forgot. Alright, so it looks like we actually should have slowed down a little earlier. We're still at idle. We have 30 seconds. 2 miles until we hit the waypoint. We're still going a little over 210. That's okay, I'm not too worried about that. What about next fastest speeds? There's no other speed restrictions. We're not at 4,000 here. We only have to be at 4,000 by a box, so that's fine. And it's also recommended. It does actually expect us to be at 4,000 already. That's the recommendation, but that's okay. I'm going to slow it down to 200 knots. So it slowly keeps dropping. The cats are still getting along. I'm going to throw a little bit of speed brake out there to help it. Not that much. Yeah, the cats are getting along more and more every day, which is great. It's nice to see. Let's go down to 190 because I'm stressed out. And then, let's see, what else do we have to do? We'll have to change from GPS once we get lined up. Don't love that we're not at 4,000 yet. I guess it only has to be 4,000 by the glide slope, right? And that's a 10-mile final, right? Yes, that's about 10 miles. So that's 12 miles there. Kind of. They sometimes get it. They don't need it to get along, though, for sure. They're doing pretty good. Which is good. So that's 7-0. We're already supposed to be descending. Bottom of descent is before that. Looks good. Looks like it knows what it's doing. Let's get rid of the speed brake there. Just keep getting our speed lower so we can just go to stay at idle power to slow down and not have to use speed brake as much as possible. Set it for 150 knots and we'll set it for 105 or so for landing speed. as soon as we start the glide slope, and then we'll just manage our speed brake to actually get down to that speed. And for flaps, of course, it's our first stage and second stage of flaps now. That should honestly get to the speed we want much quicker. I forgot about that. How that's going to help us so much. Okay. We are a bit more than 10 miles out. Let's throw our landing lights. Passenger lights should already have been on, but that's okay. Yeah, I really don't want that up right now, thanks though. Okay. And start to spool up the engines. We don't need that to happen either. Keep it at 140 now. There's the runway. Let's throw our landing gear and final flaps. Just warning us because the final flaps are down, but landing gear isn't down, but of course they're going down. Two miles from Sepno. Once we have Sepno, we'll go to our final landing speed. With all this, all the flaps and landing gear, we'll be able to slow down to it, no problem. Actually, I'm going to worry about that now because I need to switch the arm the approach. Hopefully it's not too late. No, it's not. I think. Oh, we are above it. Oh, crap. I haven't done an ILS in a while. I just completely forgot. Disconnect the auto throttle. Let's catch up to the diamond really quick. Idle power, we're still slowing down, which is good for how fast I'm going down. There's the diamond. That's my bad. Stop wanting auto throttle, it's fine. Glide slope is armed. Autopilot's still on despite our manual yoke intervention, which is good. So it's slowly let off the yoke. It's fine, it's fine. Oh, thanks for the like, Romick. There we go. And let's turn auto throttle on so I can stop freaking out. Set our speed to 110. And it's on the diamond. There we go. And let the plane manage itself here. Full flaps, lights, landing gear, all checked. There we go. My bad for not arming the approach, but I haven't done ILS in a bit. Again, the camera's not on this time. Just didn't have time to set it up because I didn't have too much time to stream today, but that's okay. Alright, we'll let it take it in for a while. And we'll switch over to turn autopilot off and land it ourselves, as usual. I wish the HUD on this plane worked, especially because there's HUDs in the game. That's what I don't get why this one doesn't work. Just decoration. Alright, coming in. Get ready to disconnect the autopilot. Disconnect auto throttle first. Disconnect autopilot. We're flying manually now.
200. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Put the nose down gently. Ish. Don't need to use reverse thrust or anything. The brakes are good. Retract the flaps. Still flared a little early, which the earlier you flare and lose the airspeed causes for some rougher landings, but not too rough. Oh, that's not the runway. Let's not go down there. Let's wait for the taxiway. You can just dive it to make the landings faster. Yeah, that's true. I should have done that. That's a good idea. Let's start up the APU. So we can shut down the engines once we get there. Without the plane freaking out. Not a horrible landing. Definitely good enough to pass. Oh, why am I going so fast all of a sudden? I think the throttle just went up a little bit. Let me reset my throttle to 0. There we go. Turn off the landing lights now. We'll turn off our pulse lights. Recog lights. Probably not a good idea, IRL though. Yeah, I think you might be Romek. Nose diving might be kind of frowned upon for landing. Oh, it's a full airport today. Let's just pull up right over here. Got the coolest plane here, but we got a couple Vision jets. That's nice. Boom. Hey Aztec, how you doing? Here for the end of it. Appreciate it. APU's already started. Let's go ahead and shut down the engines. Good, the APU is running, so power should stay just fine to the aircraft. But we will go ahead and actually turn off the APU since we're parking right here anyway. Turn off the rest of the lights. Wait for everything to fully spool down. So if you have any faults, if you turn the batteries off sometimes, then, or APU off and the engines are still providing power, then it switches over to that, and then it causes a fault once they fully stop. So there we go. Turn the right battery on, left battery off. There we go. Just finished getting reacquainted with the DSLR camera. Nice, man. I'm very into photography, so awesome. All right, well, I appreciate you guys watching. I know it was a shorter stream, but an hour for our flight wasn't too bad. We got into BC, which is great, to start our BC journey. The next flight will be out of this airport in a 737, which will be exciting to have an airliner again. I can just take off in this distance. Not with full fuel, it's that close, but it won't need full fuel for the flight we're taking it on. We'll be going about 655 miles over to Prince Rupert Airport in BC. So if you're excited for that, then feel free to check in on episode 12. I don't know when exactly that'll be, but I'll see you guys then. Take care. No worries, Aztec. Next time, though. You can always watch it, after the fact as a video as well. I don't mind. I appreciate your support no matter what. All right, take care, everyone.